I'm sitting here with Barbara and Sally, who happen to be the co-founders of Seabrook Island Village Neighbors Helping Neighbors. So hi, ladies.
Hi there.
Hi, Gail. Hi. Sally, as the co-founder, but also as our current president of the board, we have very generous people that do donate to Seabrook Island Village. One of the things that people have earmarked for the use of their donations is to underwrite some of the expense of social fit.
That's right.
Why do you think that is so important to our community to make sure that they have identified social fit for the one thing that they would like to donate to?
I think it's amazing because we have not requested someone underwriting it. This has been their suggestion that from articles that Barbara has written for our paper, they just see this as an exciting program and a very worthwhile program, which it is.
It sure is. If I'm remembering right, Barbara, you have taken some of the social fit classes.
I did at the beginning, before this condition that I'm dealing with developed.
And I believe you live alone.
I do.
I am wondering, as you think back to those classes, what did you value more? Seeing the other people in the classes as social time to be together? Or was it more knowing that you're noticing some changes in your body that are beneficial just because of the exercises that the instructor was doing?
It's that. It was great when I could do the social fit activities. I really just can't anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
And I miss them.
And
I miss the people.
I understand that.
Yeah, I miss the people.
Yeah.
They were wonderful.
Yeah. I am pleased to announce Mr. Nick Porter, who's the director of it's called the Lake House because it's a big fitness center, happens to be on a lake. Someone was really creative with that one.
You know, we stretched for it.
Did you?
We worked hard on that.
I can tell.
Definitely committee meetings on that one.
So, social fit is held in this facility. You called a meeting because you probably hadn't slept for a few nights and you had this idea that you wanted to pitch.
My brain's always going.
I know it is. And you openly just said, I want to pitch this thing, and I think the name for it is Social Fit. And then you gave your spiel. Can you talk about that a little bit?
You know, it's funny how, I'm 43. I've been here for more than 16 years, which is a blessing, but it's a curse. And the curse is that I typically see people go from their very best to the very worst, because I've been here long enough. And so what we saw coming out of the pandemic was not just people's physical decline, but their mental decline from being shut in. And you look at the older population, they were the most susceptible to COVID, so they were more shut in. So the mental side of this was really rough on them. And so coming up with an answer, everybody, it's such a coin phrase. You need to get more balance, you need to get more flexibility. It's such a pitch. Everybody knows that, but they fail at it. Tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll start the next week. Next Monday, we're going to start. But coming out of this, we thought that if we could take the social part, the fun part, and that's the key word, you got to make it fun. And by it being social and being fun, people got accountability partners. So the people who would come here for the social aspect of it happened to get a workout. And the people who came because I wanted to get a workout happened to meet new people. And that was such a key part of this that I think is what makes it sustainable.
One of the key things that I remember you saying is that for me, it made a lot of sense because I volunteer for Seabrook Island Village. But you said when you go into people's homes and all of a sudden you really can't see their countertops because the things they use all the time are on the countertops because they can no longer possibly lift up to that shelf or hold the weight of whatever they're picking up. I remember that just so clearly about just that simple example. But you also talked about why it's so important to be able to raise your arms over your head.
I mean, this is a scary thing to do, but it's so perfect. Ask somebody, you're healthy today. Lay down on the floor, stand back up. If you can't do that when you're healthy, how are you going to do it when you're injured and fall? Now you're stuck. And now start thinking how long you're going to lay there until somebody checks on you. And that's a key component. So if you can teach people that everyone is afraid of losing their independence, and one fall away from that. So if you could say, hey, listen, we're going to come here, we're going to have fun, and we're going to help teach you how to deal with this. You can sustain the quality of life you have and your independence by simply trying. And I think it's and the counter thing's a great one, and it's the difference between strength and mobility. The way your shoulders work are phenomenal. And people lose that. It might not even be the strength, it's the mobility. Think about when you're sitting around your house. How often do you put your hand above your head? And if you don't go to here, you will go to here, you will go to here, and now all you can do is here. And that's such a thing where until somebody says it to you and shows it to you, and it's as simple as your arm by your hand. Raise your hand, like you're in class, and hold it there for 10 seconds. And if it's hurting, you're already losing mobility. So there's just a lot of cool things you can show people that they might not even know about themselves that makes them self-aware.
We offer Social Fit 3 days a week. And in those 3 days, there's 3 different class types. Could you describe them?
So it started with a strength and balance, then a flexibility and balance. The ideal of this is like maybe 4 to 6 weeks, and you take the strength and balance class, and you go, I really want to work on my flexibility. So the next 4 to 6 weeks, you take the opposite one. And then some people go, I want to take both. The neat part was, from feedback, and I think the key component to all of this is come up with a plan, execute the plan, and then allow it to evolve. And that's where the hybrid class came in. It's so simple to have arrogance get in the way, or I know the best. I don't know anything. They're going to teach us. And it's not necessarily about what they say, but their actions, showing up and being excited. Take note of all that. And there's where the hybrid class was launched. So rather than having 2 separate classes, the Wednesday class is about 30 minutes of each class combined.
This is going to start making people think, how can we recreate this? What is the one thing or the 2 things that they need to make sure they consider as they start figuring this whole thing out?
Anybody at this age who's going to be taking this with already having physical limitations, their answer is no. Take the nose away. You guys drove them. You guys had cookies, or you guys had crackers afterwards. You had something social. They got together afterwards and talked. Cost is the biggest thing. I think if there's the fastest way to destroy this, would be about the cost. Everybody can afford $10 per. Everybody can afford $12 per. And that's not fair for me to say everybody, most people. But if you come up with a cost that is prohibitive, you're going to get a bunch of no's.
We believe that this program is so very, very important that we hope that anyone that is watching this, that they can consider to do it in their own communities. What would they have to know to make it work? What would they need? What do you do?
The biggest thing would be, in my opinion, is taking the nose away. You think about what you all were able to accomplish. You took care of the transportation. And that's probably the easiest thing for them to say no about. So the fact that you all coordinated driving them here. So if you can take the nose away, and that could be cost prohibitive, that could be the day of the time or whatever. Einstein's definition of sanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. So for us, it's just try new things. And by doing this, taking the nose away, picking a time and sticking to it. If you evolve too much on that, then it doesn't work for anybody, and it's just dancing around, everybody's confused. But I would say the probably the big component is going to be the greed factor if it's done in a facility, and that's going to be price. Most people, $10, $12 each doesn't hurt them at all, but it still adds up. And charge $10 per, pick a 4 to 6 weeks time frame, 2 or 3 times a week, and it's prepaid. So there has to be that little bit of skin in the game, which then reinvest in. If you just take that money, you reinvest and buy the equipment you need.
Right.
Then this thing's sustainable for itself, and it doesn't cost the facility anything. It doesn't cost the community anything. The people who are taking the class are paying for it. So that would be the big ones. Driving, working on the other nose, but don't get greedy with it. This can happen anywhere. I mean, a few sets of dumbbells, chairs. This thing could be in somebody's home, in a room that's 30 by 40 would be plenty of room to do a class like this, so it doesn't have to be a 4,000 square foot space.
Does it surprise you of how much people have gained from the classes?
Not at all.
Tell me about
you
that.
think about it. You're taking people who are sedentary. They're the easiest to see results. And when they see results because they didn't have a problem climbing up the stairs, or they didn't have it sounds awful, but getting off the toilet by themselves. I mean, there was a guy that talked to me about it. He's like, I'm never not going to be able to get myself off of the toilet again. And think of the fear of having to call your significant other to come help you. And that's his motivation factor. I mean, that's it. He's done. He's hooked. He doesn't care about the social side of it now.
Right.
He's like, I'm not doing this again. And so there's the functional fitness part. How do we make your life easier through the fitness center? So no, I think this thing should ultimately grow. We're going to launch a brain health class that's somewhat a version of this. So no, this thing, if it doesn't survive, we've done something wrong. Having other people see that other people are trying, they're not just going, well, it's going to go downhill from here. No, go kicking and screaming. And I think that's super cool, and it's motivational for other people.
I agree. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you guys.
Hi, Melissa.
Hello,
I know you're a certified trainer.
I am.
And tell me, what are your certifications in?
I have several.
Okay.
Body pump, tone, body step, body combat, CX Works, advanced Fit Tour personal trainer.
Out of all those certifications,
Yes.
as the instructor for Social Fit since it began, excuse me, which ones do you feel are the ones you use the most out of for the classes that you design?
It's a good question. It's a blend of several.
Okay.
Yes, we do weight training, which is very similar to Les Mills' body pump, but we also borrow from Pilates, from yoga, from the tone, which is Les Mills' senior class that uses the balls and the bands. I also borrow from CX Works, which is a core class.
Okay.
So I can't just say one. It's like a whole mixture.
Nice. And how varied do you do? Do you find that the classes are pretty much the same, just so people can anticipate that they know
Yes.
what they can safely do, or?
Yes and no. I do try to keep some of the same routine, because exactly what you said, they like to know what to expect. They don't want to be surprised. But we're constantly changing up the music, the order, and then sometimes I will tailor it to who shows up. I have some that are more athletic than others, and so I see who shows up, and I can tweak it then too.
That's impressive. Impressive. Who do you think would be described to be the perfect person to take Social Fit class?
So Social Fit is no different from any other fitness class. We work on strength, flexibility, endurance, stamina, wind, balance. But the main thing is they have the option to sit in the chair or hold on to the chair. So the people that benefit the most are seniors that want to be fit, they want to be challenged, but they are afraid of falling or they're afraid of overdoing it. But other than that, it's a workout.
And you've probably seen the benefits to what you're training
Oh, absolutely.
by far.
Just with the weight selection, I've some that started with 1 pound weights, went to 3, went to 5. So, and some that began that couldn't do every single rep, they would have to pause and break. And now they're doing every single rep with the group. Today, I said level 1 is here, level 2 is there. Some just kept with level 1 in the beginning. Now they're going to 2 and 3.
Really fun.
And then I've had some that couldn't get out of the chair. And now everybody's getting out of the chair.
I noticed that today.
Which is huge, because you have to be able to sit down and stand up without holding on to things sometimes. So that's a big one. These folks want to be challenged. They don't want me to water a program down for them.
If you were going to talk to another trainer that lives in Massachusetts and they are curious about kicking off a version of Social Fit, what are the top 3 things that you would?
Well, I think music is very important to them. Most of the music that we do is from the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. They want to be able to sing along. They want that joy. They want those memories. And it's just, music just takes it to another level. So, and I've figured out what they like and what they don't like as we go with that too. So music is huge. And, but also just the encouragement. A lot of these folks live by themselves. They don't, they're on their own a lot, and it's their family, it's a community, and to treat it as such. We get to know each other. You know, it's not just come in and take the class and leave.
If you could do something different from the time that it started, what would be that one thing that would be a tip to a future trainer of going, gee, I learned the wrong way about this thing?
Right. I mean, it's a process like anything else, and there was a learning curve. There in the beginning, I was just trying things out. Do they want more cardio? Because the heart and lungs are huge, and so we would dance in the chair. And I found that some liked that choreography and some did not like that choreography. So I pulled back a little bit on that. Every class is different. Every group is different. So that instructor is going to have to see what they have and go with it from there. So it's hard to say.
Yeah. Do you think a trainer would need to have a fitness center to hold the class?
Well, we say we monitor and adjust.
Okay.
That would be ideal.
Uh-huh.
But just get moving. Move. My whole philosophy, and everybody knows my mantra: move more, sit less. Move more, sit less. Whatever that is. I mean, anybody that would benefit from moving, exercising, but with the chair, it's for you.
So there's 3 classes. One's a hybrid.
Right. Well, for this summer, it's pretty much all hybrid.
Right.
But the goal is to have one with faster music,
Okay.
more peppy, upbeat, more free weights, a little bit more cardio.
Okay.
I don't want to say more advanced, just more, more reps, more. The other one, we do pull back. We have more yoga-like music in the background, very soft, like similar to the music that I use in the stretch class.
Okay.
We do more stretching, we do more balance, and that one they can go more on their own pace.
Interesting.
But they both have balance, they both have strength training, they both have a lot of the same elements, but some people like the pretty piano and some people like the big band and swing, and it's just 2 different, one's not right and one's not wrong.
Well, you are certainly a good fit for this program. I'm really happy that you accepted Nick's offering for you to be the trainer. Well, thank you for everything you do.
My pleasure.
Hi, Marge.
Hi.
I know that you're a vetted volunteer with Seabrook Island Village, Neighbors Helping Neighbors. But you have a very interesting thing that you're involved with for Social Fit. You are one of 3 hosts that encourages people to stay after their class and have a snack. Is that how you see it?
I do. I see it as a social opportunity for the
okay.
clients who come.
Okay.
Because many of them live alone and they don't have the opportunity to visit and meet with people, and it's so important having social opportunities. And that is really what Social Fit is about. That, and then the snacks and the water, which is very important. Of course, everybody knows how important it is to have water after you exercise or during exercise. And so just encouraging them to, do you want some water? You need some water. And that has worked out very well. In the beginning, people would say, no, I don't need anything. I'm fine. But now they really, right away, want the water, and they want to sit down and chat for a little bit or just kind of hang out. And open water bottles, because no one has hands to open water bottles.
There you go.
And all
Yeah.
of that. So
Yeah.
it's been a very worthwhile experience, and I really enjoy all the people who've been there. They're just delightful.
Did they know each other before they started taking the classes,
I
do you
don't think so. I don't think most of them did. Some of them do. There are a couple
Okay.
of friends that have come together.
Oh, nice.
And kind of go to the class together. But then there are others that, no, they didn't know anyone, and I think that's been very good for everybody.
Well, that's really wonderful. Tell me, what, do you pay out of pocket for the snacks and the water, or how does that work?
Well, I volunteer to shop for the snacks.
Oh, okay.
So I go to various stores and purchase the snacks, and then I'm reimbursed.
Nice, from the organization.
The organization, right. I just
Nice.
see the receipts.
So what are the favorite snacks?
A lot of people enjoy the popcorn. Some people want cookies. There's some like gummy type things,
Okay.
and they're popular as well. The biggest challenge is the gluten-free, because
Oh.
there are a number of gluten-free members,
Oh.
and making sure that we have enough gluten-free snacks and that there are decent snacks. It's much harder to find gluten-free snacks that people will eat
Yeah.
and enjoy.
So cookies on the refreshment tray.
Oh, I know, bad. You know, they feel like, well, I've exercised, so now I can have my cookie.
Can I use that for an excuse?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
It's part of the list. But it's hard to find healthy snacks that people will enjoy after class.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, popcorn is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there you go, see?
What would happen if you guys stopped hosting? Do you think they would stay and still visit?
No.
Tell me about that.
I think people see us out there, and I greet them all as they come out, and ask them if they want a seat, and if they get a chair if they need one. Just start chatting with the individuals, and then people start chatting with each other as well. And I think that if there was no one there, they would just walk out the door.
Interesting.
So I think it's a very important piece
Interesting.
of the whole program.
Do you talk to the other two hosts to
Oh, yes.
see if they're seeing any concerns or seeing if there's any? So you guys are kind of keeping tabs on people as well.
Yes. we
Good.
are, Yes.
Good.
Yeah, I think that we email back and forth, and then we cover
Nice.
for each other.
Oh, okay.
So if I can't make it, I have someone else to cover for me. So it's worked out very well. It's rare that we have a day where none of us can go.
The mission of Seabrook Island Village is to support people through volunteer services so they can live as independently in their own private homes until they just don't feel like they can safely remain to do that. What part are you seeing within Social Fit that is supporting of that mission?
Oh, I think the whole program, the whole social fit piece is a big component of it. Members come out after exercise and say, this has made such a difference for us. We feel so good after it, and our exercising has made a big piece of
And they share that.
work. Yes, absolutely. So it means a lot to them. And just the fact that when you come out, you can chat and fool around and laugh a little bit with them, and ask them about their snacks, and tell them, well, I brought these out just for you, and they're here for you now, so enjoy them. And why aren't you drinking water? Here's the water.
The hostess was the hostess.
Yes, we have to encourage everybody.
We sure do. Is there anything you would really want to share with the viewers of this video to encourage them to consider Social Fit?
I just think that the social aspect of it is so critical, because when people are alone, it's very, very isolating, and everyone just gets to sit in front of their television set, and then that's not a good thing. Or we need to be able to interact with each other and enjoy each other's company, and appreciate each other, which is something that we don't always get to do. So this is a really important piece of being a part of a community. And if you're not part of a community, then you don't want to be there anymore. You're
Oh.
isolated and alone.
Oh,
So I
Marge,
think that's really an important part of this.
that's really an important statement,
Yeah.
actually.
I get as much out of this program as the members who are exercising, just by coming and participating with them in the social fit part. Just the challenge, just chatting with them and getting to know them and enjoying them. Yeah, it's very nice.
You are greatly appreciated.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Social Fit started over a year and a half ago. Hard to believe, but I'm curious of how many of you have been coming since it started.
I have.
Okay. And what do you think, Barbara? What have you learned in this crazy class?
Well, it keeps me moving, which I need because I'm lazy on my own, and I really have to exercise, which I need. So it's very good for me.
Good. And how many of the people in these classes did you know before you started coming?
About half.
Okay. All right.
But I've met some new people, and that's been very nice.
Well, good.
And it gets, makes you get out of the house and do something instead of just vegetating.
That's a great point. Gary, have you been coming for
Yep,
most of
forever.
it? Yeah.
Yes, my whole life.
Started in July.
Yeah.
July.
Yeah. What do you most enjoy?
Actually, doing something constructive.
Okay.
It's very difficult to do it here at Seabrook. Everyone's retired, laid back. You have to stand up, actually,
Yeah.
do something.
Were you an athlete or
Oh, no, never did anything.
you never did anything?
Oh, no, that's
Not true.
So exercising. Okay. So now I'm going to ask your wife what.
Now you'll get the truth, yes.
Okay. You tell me the truth.
Yes, he
What's
played
been happening?
basketball, he did swimming, yeah, he did quite running, we used to jog. And we swam, for a number of years, early in the morning before work. But this class is very good. It's, I had fallen last year, and I knew I had to improve balance and flexibility, and it's really improved flexibility. That's great, and I think balance too.
Yeah.
So it's been a help for us. It really has.
Even before you fell, were you finding things harder to do at home that you were starting to go, gee, I used to be able to do this?
I think more the kind of movement I wanted to do. I mean, to be able to tie the shoe, reach over and tie the shoes easily. We could function.
Sure.
But it was always, for me, it was always, I have to be careful not to fall. I have to be careful. Don't fall. And now if I totter a little bit, I can catch myself.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so it is.
Really happy to
It's
share
much more
that.
reassuring.
I think the main benefit is the discipline. You'll never do this
That's
by
true.
yourself.
Yeah.
You come here, it's a regular schedule, people you know, the exercises are interesting, not too demanding, kind of fun. So the main thing is you actually exercise on a regular schedule.
And we identified as we were planning the class that it was important to keep it the same days, the same
Yes.
times.
Yeah.
And I think that has definitely made a difference for people just to sure it's on the calendar.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
In fact, I usually see you on the golf course.
Don't send me when it's warmer.
When it's a little bit cooler. I know. So, have you had improvement in your golf game because of these classes?
No.
Too honest. No. What have you seen improve in your own personal life due to the classes?
I think the stretching is really important. And again, balance. And you get up and sometimes you fall over. Sometimes, most of the time you don't.
Yeah.
The last time I tried to play tennis, I fell. And I can't do it anymore.
Oh,
I love that, but
I know you're an active guy. It's nice seeing you here.
yeah, well, I have my tricycle. I do that
Oh,
3 times a week.
my heavens.
Go about 2 miles, 3 miles.
Boy, am I feeling lazy. You guys made me sick.
Well, it really keeps my legs.
I should join you. I agree. I mean, that's the discipline I need.
Yeah, it keeps your legs going.
Good.
So because all you need to do when you get older, if you get hospitalized, or all of a sudden you have to be in bed for something, your legs go crazy.
Okay.
You lose it. You lose it in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and it's very tough for people to tell me about it. But if you're doing stuff like this, all right, you're always doing it.
Good.
And you can do it at home if you want. And sometimes I do.
Yeah. Do any of you have family members that know that you're taking these classes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my son,
Yeah. Yeah.
very much. He approves.
Oh, you approve. Good.
He exercises and he wants me to, because he knows if I don't, I'll get paralyzed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to keep moving.
What are your family members thinking about?
Well, we have great-grandchildren, probably wondering why we're laying on the floor. Other than that, the rest of the family understand what we're doing.
Yeah.
They exercise all like us.
So,
I think that maybe it's just like you're getting it done every day or every other day. Set pattern.
That's true,
Doing
yeah.
things you don't normally not do.
Get yourself
This
here.
muscle, that muscle.
yeah. I think it means a lot just to have a cause to get out of the house.
Yeah.
How important is the social time when you guys hang out in the waiting room?
That's fun.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes it more pleasant.
We talked to Marge, and she couldn't go on of how enjoyable it is for her.
Really, that's great.
Yeah, she just went on and on and on about how enjoyable this time is that she
It
comes.
is, it's delightful.
Good.
But the pretzels are very good.
Pretzels are very
Every
important.
time I get a bag of pretzels, and they save it for me, so.
Yeah,
They're always sure to have pretzels.
Okay, well, she did share that sometimes people have cookies.
Oh,
And we all have to laugh about that. Yeah. I
Well, I think the spirit of our coach is also, keeps us coming back. She keeps the troops marching.
Yeah.
It's very good, really.
well, just the.
Well, we hope it'll keep going, right?
We're committed to it, absolutely.
And the whole organization is just, it makes it so much easier to live here. You don't feel like you have to go to some sort of a retirement place with programs and whatnot. This is fun
Well,
and helpful.
good. We're meeting what our goals are. Thanks, everybody.
thank you.
Our pleasure.
Nick.
Okay.
This is so going to be cut.
Or not.